This priest is tall, thin, and dressed only in black. Narrow slashes of oil decorate his unlined skin, like letters in an unknown tongue. His eyes are hard, but alive with intelligent humor. They land on you with a tiny flicker of recognition. He's back? I wonder what brings him here now. Then his gaze moves from you to your companion. Hello, Kalistich. Here to work or just visit? And with the husk? I hope this isn't a long-term visit. Just a bit of business. Have you ever heard anything about a resonance chamber mine? We're looking for a way to repair one. Your what? I thought that thing was a myth, and you're trying to repair it? Where is it? Is that what he and Sally Mary were working on? I'd love to see that. I fear he's the spy, but his thoughts are not actually giving up anything. Let's tell him. Really? Amazing. Do you have any piece of the machine with you? Take a look. Organic and crystalline. It was grown into the appropriate shape for the machine. This is definitely what Sally Mary was working on all those years ago with her partner. What? It must be him then. But why lie? I'll ask Sally Mary. In all honesty, I focus more on traditionally powered machines. Sally Mary has some experience with organic machine construction. You might ask her about it. Tell me about the machine behind you. It makes Levi's, the guardians of Segus. Oh, our records say that Deviatiku found a similar device in the ruins of Archopalasia, far to the south. He convinced the city that a local version, a modified one, would be of use. In order to become a citizen, everyone in Segus Cliff, even the ones born here, give a year of their lives to the machine. It uses that borrowed time to create a Levi. If someone only had 1 year, no, they never die in the machine, but it catches up with them a few days later. It doesn't happen very often. Sometimes I think the machine actually saves them, prevents them from meeting whatever fate was in store, but not always. At any rate, the Levi's created by the machine are nearly identical, and they only last a year. After that, they quietly return to the machine and dissolve into grey gunk. It's incredibly unpleasant to watch, but they don't seem to mind. Fascinating? No. I think they do deserve more. I don't know that they deserve anything. They're not alive in the general sense. They don't ask for time off or complain about the cold. They just serve their time and melt away. Anyway, that's the machine. Any other question? Okay. Let's talk about something else. What is the Order of Truth? Yeah, I want to know that. Good question. We live on the surface of a vast labyrinth of layered ruins, packed with relics and artifacts. Windows into the past. Some people are content to find them, use them, and sell them. But not the Order of Truth, not the Aeon Priests. We want to understand the Numenera, study them, point at them, and argue about them. Now in the West, the Order of Truth is much bigger than this little enclave. It's a vast organization, led by the Amber Pope. Out there our world turned the heads of kings. Around here we occasionally get discounts on equipment from local vendors and a cup of tea. Now, not that I'm complaining. Are there a lot of Aeon priests? Yes, but they're not strictly here. Some are out on digs or various expeditions. We only have a few Aeon priests in the city right now. There's Sally Mary, who I mentioned before. Beleazar studies biomechanical life forms. Orthu Faun is an expert in inexplicable and malicious architecture and should be back soon. And Snerf, of course, a visitant who's developed an interest in all forms of reproduction. It isn't one of us, and I don't think it wants to be, but who gave it space to work on its projects. Don't go over there unless you've invented a way to scrub your memory clean. Okay. Let's talk about something else. Can you tell me about your work? Heh, that's a big question. Even on the best days I specialize in mechanical Numenera, intelligent or not, but I haven't had much time for research since I started managing our branch of the order. Tell me about mechanical. I would be incredibly grateful if you did. Every other conversation I have revolves around how I'm running the order, or not doing enough to save the order. He rubs his forehead with the back of his calloused hand. Please, ask me about wires and blinking lights. Okay. Let's talk about something else. Yeah. We think so, but not because we've seen people in dark cloaks creeping around. He lowers his voice, but not enough that the anger buried in it is completely hidden. We've lost dig sites to her thugs, maybe people too. We can't be sure because we never find any traces of them. He rubs his forehead with a stained hand. We'll catch the spy, he says. Only a matter of time. Okay then. Nice conversation. Nice. Let's go. I think it's time to visit the Nyctemeron. So first I want to take a look at this guy. Okay, you can't see him.
Yes.
Oh, that's a staircase. Wait, step away. Let's quick save. Just to be safe. And let's climb down. Does it lead to the underbelly? Or something? Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is definitely the underbelly. Supervisor, manufacturer, worker, Callistage, and robots. Okay, let's go up again. Climb up. Let's go and leave this place. I wanna have a new companion. Where are they? Okay, I wanna talk to this guy first. I didn't have the chance last time. Okay. He watches you, hardly moving, as if he hopes you will pass by quickly. Okay. What are you? I am a blade that cannot cut, a weapon that cannot strike, a living monument to failure. He shifts his weight. You hear the frown in his voice. I was a Gesti Telkotu, the firm hand of tradition. They called me in one of the Black Three. Enemies did not understand us. They took my name to mean death in a dozen extinct tongues. Called me Orphan Maker, Hope's Master, Death's Child. My armies blackened the earth and the skies. My dragonlet scarred the land. Domination was my duty. Okay. One-man army. If they had known, if they had welcomed us, they might have been our thralls. Instead they became dust. He gestures. All this, it was to have been mine, in stewardship for the future of my people. It was promised, but now... His arm falls back to the side. Now I am the genocide, a relict, the last of my kind. The last of his kind. Okay. Why are you the last of your kind? I know of no others. Kalagat, Amvor, he who shares truth and understanding is dead. Vostule law, the blinding light of reason, was destroyed. The underspine has fallen. My people are destroyed utterly, and our servant God speaks to us no longer. The clean lines in order and the glory of battle have forsaken us. The rest are dust. We rose against a superior foe, and we're outmatched. Only I remain to tell the story of the Tabacht. Oh, the Tabacht. Okay. Who or what were they? My people, great warriors, we own this land. We served the Underspine, and it served us. We sought truth in victory. We ascended to Epiphany. We were pure, incorruptible, indivisible. Indivisible, even in disunity. We found strength in one another and proved it with bloody blades. But we fell, and the Underspine fell, and so, too late, we learned a new truth. But I carry the old ways as a seed within my heart. Okay. Why did the Tabat fight so much? For honor, for truth, for the one way. Because it was our duty. We were born to the blade, so it was written, so we chose. Free will is a curse unless given to a greater purpose. Our purpose was given to us by the Underspine, given to the Underspine by our ancestors, who found it and crystallized our essence forever. Okay, so what's this freaking Underspine? Our slave, our god, our prize. It kept us holy, kept us pure and unchanging, anchored to a fixed point. The world turned around us, but we remained constant. When the world brought inconstancy, we fed it blood. He pauses. The Underspine was our soul, our confessor. We knew clean, hard rapture from it. We knew our path. It gave us the words of the ancient Tabacht, and our path was rigid and unbending, absolute. Okay, and what was the Underspine? You would not understand. It was a machine. It was a stone. It was a cavern. It was a city. It was the direct voice of our ancestors. It spoke in our heads, and in our ears, and in our hearts. We heard its voice in our crunches, in our daily instructions. Our God was true and strong and singular, not the fickle, inconstant thing of the modern day. So... what happened to the Underspine? You can hear the frown in his voice. Sabotage or failure. One of those under my command told me that I had whispered defeat into his ear, as if it had sickened, lost sight of the true path. Given the question, the Underspine denied this. My soldier was cast out, and I suffered the barb for his doubt. It was later, years later, that the Underspine broke. After our failure, and I have never been sure if the seeds for our defeat were planted in those days. The Nano, who captured me, who nailed me to time, he used the Mind Seer to ferret out the Underspine's location. I do not know if he ever found it in the world. He raped genocide from me and mocked me with his sobriquet. I was not to blame. I will stand before the Underspine and swear my innocence. So what's the benefit of an absolute path? We had no questions about our duty, about our goals, only the particulars. We raised doubts in the purity of utter certainty. Questions raised are questions answered, or they are heresy. No need for self-agony. The necessity of introspection was transmuted into optimization of our paths, into fashioning ourselves into the pinnacle of our achievement. Clear definition in life creates truth, not this pitiful shadow. Okay, I don't wanna say that, it's rude. Yeah, you said. From within the helmet you hear a grinding noise, the sound of teeth gnashing amplified, then the voice again, bleak. We sat at the river's edge, and we wept for the time that was. We saw nothing more to conquer, and yet our fear still drove us. We had conquered the land, purged its impurities, made it ours. Still we wanted more. There we heard that humans had come to carve a home. We rejoiced to have a new foe, a new test of our truth. We rode against them. We drove them to the forge of the night sky, to the valley of Mraj Olios. To the danger